All right, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Quadash. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom and salute to the hopefully elect. So this is a video that I had saw. I may have did a video on it before, or I may haven't, but I know I stored it. I saved it basically, and I wanted to do a lesson on it, and it goes into how the so-called blacks here in America, when we know our true nationality are Hebrew Israelites. All right, so the Israelites, the whole time we were in captivity under this Babylonian system, Jake was working and didn't get paid. So the majority of these companies that you see up today, I'm from banks to big institutions to huge factories and corporate companies, from the 500, the stock company, the 500 S&P, and all the companies. Guess what? They all go back to slavery. The majority of them. It's real rare that, see, money and power never goes away. It's just transferred. All right. Just like when we die, our spirit doesn't die, our body dies, yes, but our spirit is transferred from this realm to another realm, and that's something that the Heavenly Father has set up. But in this realm, that's how things operate. All right, so the money that was built or gathered from slavery, all the labor, it never died. It just transferred. So the majority of America's money was made by the Israelites. All right. So let me go ahead and play this video. I got it from the guy, I think he called himself the research guy. Research guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and play. It's a short video. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and then I'll go into the scriptures.
Now, they say our people don't deserve reparations, but let you listen to some facts real quick. I hope you don't think that the money made from slavery just dissolved and went up into the air. It went into companies and businesses, and not even tracing and blaming those corporations. Those corporations hired people and paid their salaries and their benefits and gave them the ability to raise families and to pass wealth on through the generations. This money is what made America financially stable. The market value of slaves in 1860 was greater than the market value of every railroad, factory, and bank combined. After hearing that, you can't possibly believe.
So there you go, and that's just one, factor. All right, it's numerous amount of research people done did to just open tell you. I think Wells Fargo's, matter of fact, that goes back to the Wells brothers. That goes back to the plantations. They got their money from slavery, So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look up companies that got their wealth from slavery. So hold on just a minute. All right. So here we go. I did a simple Google search, and I typed in, as you can see on the screen, companies that gain wealth from slavery. All right. So that's what I got. It says J.P. Morgan was not alone. Okay. So all right. The predecessors that made up Citibank, Bank of America, I know. Hey, I mentioned Wells Fargo's, and Wells Fargo's are among a list of well-known U.S. financial firms, banks that benefited from the slave trade. All right, and I remember some years back, and I'm gonna look him up in a minute. This guy, Aaron, what was his name? Lopez. He was a small hat that had was real influential in the slave trade. He was one of the top devils that was controlling that trade. And you better believe he's back now in a reincarnation. So let's go to this. It says 10 companies that profited from slave trade. It says 15 corporations you never knew profited from slavery. Let's go to this one. All right, so it says 15 major corporations you never knew profited from slavery. Now, this is all on Google. You brothers could, simply look it right up. We got it. We're fortunate now that we don't have to go to the library. It's right at the palm of our hand, or at the computer. All right, so it says, I'll just read this first paragraph, and then just read them on down. So it says the enslavement of, it says Africa. They always trying to connect us with Africa. We're not Africa. All right, we're Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. So it should have said, well, we know that was put it together. So, but it should say that enslavement or the captivity of Hebrew Israelites, people in the Americas by the nations of people of, it says Western Europe, but Edom. It should say the enslavement by the nations of peoples of the Edomites created the economic engine that funded modern capitalism. Now, capitalism, I'm kind of not on board with that, believing that it's capitalism, because how can it be a capitalist country when the government bailed the banks out and vice versa? Capitalism is supposed to be free market, but the government is helping major corporations out when they get low on money. So it says, so all these politicians are bought and paid for. What one of the Rothschilds said, hey, give me the control of the money, and I don't give a damn about the laws, because they know they above the laws. Imagine one of us brothers, some of us get pulled over sometimes, but imagine a Rothschild getting pulled over. You think they make mistakes sometimes, but they just looking on a license plate and run a license plate up. That's one of the elites. Don't bother them. You think they're gonna pull over a Rothschild? Come on now. They own the police departments. They own the banks. You see? Imagine one of the great grandsons of the Oppenheimers or the DuPonts, or one of the what's the other, Rothschilds, Rockefellers. They're not going to be bothered with. First off, they probably won't be driving on American roads anyway, and if they are, they probably got a driver. And them guys in private jets and all that. I remember hearing about one of them. They said that with Esau's proudness. He said, I don't come ground level. So these devils, they ride helicopter from private jet. But they are the ones that's going to go straight into captivity under the Israelites, under us. The people that was at the bottom, referring to Revelations 13 and 9. I'm going to go to it, but let's first read this off. Sorry about that. It says, the enslavement of Hebrew Israelite people in the Americas by the nation of the people of Edom, or the Edomites, created the economical engine that funded modern capitalism. Therefore, it comes as no surprise that most of the major corporations that were founded by Edomites and American merchants, Edomite merchants, prior to roughly 100 years ago, benefited directly from slavery. So I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm not gonna read this whole thing, you brothers. If in your spare time you can read it. I'm gonna just read the companies right here. See the companies. So one of them are the Lehman Brothers. All right, and I'm sure you brothers heard about the Lehman Brothers. They own basically everything, a lot of things. Lehman Brothers, Aetna Inc. You got J.P. Morgan Chase. So all these are major financial companies. J.P. Morgan Chase, New York Life Insurance Company, major financial institute. Wachovia Corporation, N.M. Rothschild and Sons Bank in London. See? Norfolk Southern. I'm sure you heard of Norfolk, Virginia sound like that. So Norfolk Southern, U.S. Today, Fleet Boston, CSX, which is a railroad corporation, Canadian National Railway Company, Brown Brothers Harriman, Brooks Brothers, Barclays, AIG, and the list goes on. But that was just a few of these companies. And all these companies are worth $1 billion, if not trillions of dollars. And I believe, I know the elder easily go into that. BlackRock, I believe, is either the subsidiary company that, or even all of them are conglomerate. It's like a hierarchy with they all connected. So, and I think BlackRock is one of the major corporations that is over all these, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go to the scriptures. All right. So the first scripture that we're going to go to, let's go to Genesis 25 and 25. It says, "And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare them. When she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob." Verse 20, I'll skip down to 32. Well, I'll read the whole thing. It says in 29, "And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom." See, Esau out there running in the fields, and he got tired, right? And Jacob was in the house cooking. So he must have smelt the food and said, "Feed me, man. I'm hungry." So reading on, it says, "And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright." So Jacob was supplanting him. You know, Esau was hungry, right? And he said, "Sell me your birthright, and I'll give you this food." So verse 32 reads, it says, "And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" So Esau was like, "Man, I'm about to die. I need some food. I don't need that birthright." All right, so this very birthright is what they fighting over all the way to this modern day. All right, the birthright that Jacob had, which it was set up from the very beginning anyway. All right, because the Lord gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob the covenant. All right, so everything was set up. It's like a movie. So verse 33, it says, "And Jacob said, swear to me this day." And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and a pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way, thus despised his birthright. So back then he didn't give a damn about the birthright, but we hold the birthright, and that's what they hate us to this day. And I'm gonna prove it. It says it in Genesis, I believe it's the chapter 27 and verse 25. And this whole chapter is good, but I just want to get straight to the point. It's, let me see. Yeah, this is the point. It says, verse 20. I'm gonna go to 27. Well, 25. It says, and he said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee." And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought. All right, this was talking about Isaac. So I'm gonna go up to. I want to go to where he say he let's go to verse 30. Let's go to 34. It says, "And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. So Jake got him twice. So it says, and he took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessings. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? It says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? It says, and this is Isaac. And it said, and Esau said unto his father, Have thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Listen to this. And this was Yahushua. It says, and Isaac, which is Yahushua, his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heavens from above. So Esau got the finest land here in America and all over the earth right now. And this, he living out his blessing now. Listen to this. It says, so this is a prophecy. People say ain't no prophecies in Genesis. Well, it's a prophecy being played out right now that goes all the way back to Genesis. It says, listen to this. It says, and by the sword shall thy live. And ain't Esau living by the sword? He got the top army military right now. If you don't do what he says, he'll either shoot you down or bomb you, you know, from all the way to the least of matters, all the way to the greater of matters. He owns that sword, which is the modern day, it could be it's an instrument of death. That's what it represents. It could be the gun, the dagger, the bullets, missiles. So it says, and by the sword shall thy live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So that's happening now. The yoke of us is slowly coming off our neck. It says that Esau, here it is, this is my point for the whole lesson. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And that's why these devils, they still hate us to this day. All right. Sometimes you people can't understand why so-called white people don't like us. This is the reason. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother. So yeah, there you go. So that's why these Edomites are so quick to kill Jake. That hate that they had. So Esau going to pay for all this shit. So let's go to Obadiah. And I'll go to, and it just gets straight to the point. This Obadiah chapter 1, and it says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob," see, because in Genesis he was like, "I shall slay my brother," and Esau been killing Jake since the beginning of the time, all going all the way back to Cain. Now it's been times where we got our lick back, of course. Jake, been fucking Esau up as well throughout history, but pretty much Esau got the upper hand on us with that dagger, with the sword. So he been laying Jake down by that sword. If you put an average Edomite and an average Jake against each other, Jake will win the fight because Jake is stronger than Esau. Because going back to Genesis, it says 2 nations are in thy womb, one shall be stronger than the other. Talking about Jacob. If you look at the NBA, for example, and you look at some of these old Jewish, so-called Jews, right? These little frail white dudes are worth billions of dollars. But you see a Shaq standing right beside him, and it's like, that guy got all the power over the strong, big, muscular, big gorilla-looking nigga. And this little small, frail, monkey-looking Edomite with wearing them monkey suits. They got it. That shows you the power of the Lord. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then here it is, Jake be flying to that basket, shooting the ball half court, dunking, flying through the air. And none of these Edomites can't do half of that. But these Edomites sit and watch Jake as a like a for their amusement, right? But that's going to switch, you see. And I'm gonna get to it in a minute, but that was the point right here. It says, for Obadiah 1:10, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." And that's these devils are pretty much shame right now, because all that information is coming out now about what they did in the past to us. So it says, "In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem," proving that we are the Israelites, we are Jerusalem, and that land over there is us. "Even thou was as one of them." So Esau hopped on the side of the heathens every time the heathens came against us. So it says, "But thou shouldn't not look on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldn't thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction." Judah is mostly the black Americans. Like they had and Judah is the head tribe. They catch hell, the most hell with Esau. That's why it says that right here. It says, "Neither shouldn't thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah," the so-called Negro in America, the black man in America, "in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldn't thou have spoken proudly in the day of the distress." So it says, "Thou shouldn't have not entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldst not look on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity." Let's get to the point. Verse 18, it says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame." That's both the northern tribe and the southern tribe. "And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it." So you devils are going down, down, down. Revelations 13:9. "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." And we're waiting. We being patient We patiently waiting on Esau's downfall, but right now we have to suffer. We have to suffer. So, I just wanted to, bring that to the forefront. Let's get one more scripture, because Esau not only got to pay for what he did, but he got to pay double. And I'm gonna prove it. I believe that's in Revelations. It's in 18, I believe. Here it is. Yep, it's Revelations 18 and 6. It says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she have filled to her double." So yeah, they're gonna have to pay double, man. And this goes into Babylon is fallen. And who is Babylon? What is Babylon the Great? What is Babylon the Great? America. And who runs Babylon the Great? AKA America. These Edomites, the top elites. Their first job is to go into captivity and bury them bodies. They're going to be working in that hot sun. They're going to go from riches to rags. And we're going to go from rags to riches. They're going to go from ordering everybody, controlling the whole world, to with a shovel in their hand, eating dirt sandwiches, and sweating. You're only going to have one day off, and that's the Sabbath. And we're going to put hell on you devils according to the law. We're going to do everything in order. We're not going to be doing no weird, wacky stuff like Esau did. Everything is going to be done in order and according to the law. But yeah, these devils will get messed up, man. All right, so I hope this was edifying to the body. Till again, shalom.